Commanders fans, it's time to lock in. We've got two major updates from Ashburn you need to hear. First, Terry McLaurin's contract saga continues, but with twist. Despite comparisons to DK Metcalf's massive new deal in Pittsburgh, sources close to McLaurin say he's not chasing an identical number. So what is he looking for? And what does it mean for Washington's next move? Second, Dan Quinn is flipping the script at training camp. From how he views mistakes to what defines a successful practice, the culture change in Washington is very real. And it's already impacting how this team is being built for a deeper playoff run in 2025. You're watching Commanders HQ, the home for real Commanders coverage all year long. Hit that like, tap subscribe, and let's dive into it. Let's start with the McLaurin update, and it's a big one. Reports from ESPN and The Athletic confirm that Terry McLaurin is not demanding an exact match to DK Metcalf's 4-year, $132 million extension signed after his move to the Steelers. That's $33 million per year, a massive number. But here's the key. While McLaurin might not be chasing that AAV, average annual value, he is focused on total guarantees. Sources say he zeroed in on $80 million in total guarantees and $60 million guaranteed at signing. Those were the big benchmarks from the Metcalf deal, and they're becoming the new baseline for elite wideouts approaching 30. Remember, McLaurin is entering the final year of a 3-year deal set to make $19.4 million total in 2025. And after 5 straight 100-yard seasons, including a second-team All-Pro nod in 2024, he's earned the right to ask for long-term security. Here's what fans need to understand. Even with a trade request on the table, the Commanders do not want to move Terry McLaurin. Full stop. GM Adam Peters knows what he has in McLaurin, the heart of the locker room, a tone setter, and Jaden Daniels' most reliable weapon. With Daniels still on a rookie deal and Deebo Samuel entering a contract year, Washington has room to give McLaurin a third contract, even if it's front-loaded for the next 2 to 3 seasons. Yes, he's approaching 30, but unlike most receivers, McLaurin has never relied solely on speed. His game is built on precision, toughness, and intelligence, traits that age well. He's earned this extension the hard way, played with over 10 different quarterbacks, delivered 5 1,000-yard seasons, and now building chemistry with a legit franchise QB. If Peters is serious about building a contender, keeping Terry in burgundy and gold is the next logical step. While McLaurin's contract dominates headlines, something just as important is happening behind the scenes. Dan Quinn is flipping the script at training camp, from how he views mistakes to what defines a successful practice. The culture change in Washington is very real, and it's already impacting how this team is being built for a deeper playoff run in 2025. Quinn wins more than just physical activity. He wants mental battles and consistent progress. Quote, "Jumping off sides, that's not failing to me. I want guys to push the edge, make mistakes for the right reasons." That's the key difference. He wants players to challenge themselves, to experiment, to be aggressive. If you mess up because you're going full speed, that's growth. But if you mess up because you're not locked in mentally, that's a problem. This mindset is already shaping battles across the roster. Josh Connerly Jr. versus Andrew Wiley at right tackle. Luke McCaffrey versus Jalen Lane in the wide receiver room. And even Jaden Daniels is being pushed every day in live reps. Another part of Quinn's culture shift is the difference between urgency and hurry. Quote, "I want urgency, I don't want hurry. You can feel urgency. It's about getting to the line with intention, not panic." That might sound small, but it's massive in the NFL. It builds discipline, it creates accountability, and it prevents mental breakdowns in critical moments. Quinn wants both offense and defense to take turns winning in practice. That tells him players are competing, adjusting, and getting better, not just coasting. It's a culture of steel, forged under fire, not polished in perfection. So where does this leave us? With McLaurin, the pressure is on Peters to find the sweet spot. Terry isn't asking to reset the market, he's asking to be respected. That can and should get done before week 1. With Quinn, we're seeing a leader who doesn't just want to win games, he wants to build men, competitors, a team that knows how to rise when things get messy. This roster is young but hungry, from Daniel's second-year jump to Josh Connerly Jr.'s development to a wide receiver room that could be one of the best in the NFC.
the Commanders are building the right way. But that identity only sticks if foundational pieces like McLaren remain part of the plan. Let's start in the trenches because that's where the future is being built. Josh Conerly Jr., Washington's rookie first-round pick out of Oregon, is deep in the heat of a starting battle with veteran Andrew Wiley at right tackle. ESPN's John Keane reports that Conerly is splitting first-team reps with Wiley, but the team is not rushing the rookie, and that's by design. Just like last year when Jaden Daniels had to earn his job, Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury are making Conerly do the same. They're not handing him anything because of draft status. He's got to prove it. Conerly is still adapting to NFL speed off the edge, strength at the point of attack, and switching from the left to the right side of the line. It's a process, and this team isn't afraid to let that process play out. This all ties back to one key principle we keep hearing from Coach Dan Quinn: earn everything every day. Quinn doesn't believe in entitlements. Doesn't matter if you're the number 2 pick like Jaden Daniels or a first-round tackle like Conerly. If you want the job, you go take it. It's the same standard Quinn applied to Zach Ertz last year, who earned more snaps than expected, Brandon Coleman, who forced the team to rethink the O-line rotation, and now Conerly, who's being groomed but not guaranteed a Week 1 start. Make no mistake, the Commanders want Conerly to be the future at right tackle. He's got elite traits and Pro Bowl potential, but they're not going to ruin his development by rushing him. Wiley may start Week 1, but his leash will be short. If Conerly is ready, he'll take that job, just like Daniels did last year. Now let's switch gears, because this one deserves your full attention. The Commanders might have 2 future Hall of Famers starting on defense this year. CBS Sports' Brian Diardu named Bobby Wagner and Von Miller as near locks for Canton, and let's be honest, it's hard to argue. Bobby Wagner, 10 Pro Bowls, 6 first-team All-Pros, the 2010s All-Decade team, led the NFL in tackles 3 times. And even at 33, he's still doing it. Last year with Seattle, Wagner again led the NFL in tackles. This isn't just a legacy play. The guy can still ball. Von Miller, 129.5 career sacks, 25th all-time, 2-time Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl 50 MVP, 8 Pro Bowls and 3 All-Pros. Yes, Miller's coming off injury, but if Washington can get even 75% of his old self, that's a dangerous piece in Joe Witt Jr.'s scheme. The best part? Wagner and Miller aren't just here to chase career milestones. They're here to lead a young defense. With guys like Frankie Louvu, Jamin Davis, Tavondre Sweat, Jerzon Newton, having veterans like Wagner and Miller in the locker room is invaluable. It's one thing to say we want a championship culture. It's another to bring in 2 players who've built that kind of culture their whole careers. Their presence raises the floor and raises the standard. If both can stay healthy, Washington's defense could easily leap into the top 10 conversation by mid-season. So let's bring it full circle. Josh Conerly Jr. is earning his stripes in camp. It's a battle that won't be decided until the final preseason game. Andrew Wiley gives the team security, but make no mistake, the future is knocking and Conerly is knocking hard. On defense, Bobby Wagner and Von Miller aren't just trying to add to their legacies, they're trying to help build a new one in DC. This is a rare blend of youth and experience. High-ceiling rookies, hungry second-year stars like Jaden Daniels, and veterans with gold jackets in their future. And Quinn is holding it all together with one rule: nothing is handed out. You earn it. Period. So, Commanders fans, time to weigh in. Should Adam Peters meet Terry McLaurin's ask for higher guarantees? Is Quinn's mistakes are good philosophy the right approach for a team trying to take the next step? And which training camp storyline are you watching most closely? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update from Commanders HQ. We're just getting started. Week 1 is coming, and this feels like a team ready to shock the league again. Let's go, Washington.